Hi, this is V. Thank you for checking us out. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Without further ado, I would like to first bring our first presenter. Maria does training for the construction industry.
We offer every month a series of trainings. We do from asbestos, lead worker, HAZWOPER, OSHA's, EPA, LRRP. But we also, we have energy training, BPI, building analyst, envelope, multifamily. We have trainings every month. As V said, we have them on her website. And I think we offer a discount for anybody that comes through her meetings for trainings. I think it was 10%.
Yes.
I think it was 10%, we said. If anybody's interested, I'm going to be passing out flyers. These are upcoming trainings in case you don't go on her site.
All right, good, thank you. So one of the reasons why we do this so that you guys can learn. You may not need her right now, but at least you know that when you need the training, she's available to help you, and that's important to know. So our next presenter is Paul. Now, Paul is very passionate about OSHA. I mean, he comes to our office and he tells us all the things we may not be doing right. So it's good that he cares and makes sure that all of us are doing well. So Paul has knowledge of the upcoming OSHA compliance and the related subjects. So Paul.
And then training your employees to recognize hazards. Keeping up with the training program, the requirements by OSHA to do certain training programs, fall protection, forklift training. So it's important to stay on top of this. That's it. Thank you.
For those of you guys that may not know, I do have a construction background. I grew up in a construction family. My whole family are contractors. My mom, my dad, my sisters, my 5 sisters, including myself. I wasn't going to go into it, so somehow I end up here. But that is how we are still builders. But we do have the passion of working with contractors, and for about maybe 8 or 10 years, we've been working with government agencies and helping contractors to understand how to do business with government agencies. That is something that we've been doing for a very long time, and through that whole process, we developed this membership organization. So look at this membership organization as just a bunch of friends helping each other to find work and to get the work done.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lavonte Bryant. I'm the Director of Procurement for the Housing Authority City of New Haven, which is also Elm City Communities, which is also the Glendower Group. And so currently right now we have 2 very large solicitations that are out on the street. As Bea was mentioning, we are converting our public housing units into RAD units, which means Rental Assistance Demonstration, which basically means that we're taking them from public housing and making them like project-based Section 8. By allowing the housing authority to sell them to Glendower, it allows us to get funding that a housing authority isn't able to get. We're going to be doing the hiring fairs and all of that, but at least they already know your face. You've already made contact with them. And this one particular subcontractor, he had like an informational sheet about his business and a business card, and he gave it to the 2 prime contractors that were at the pre-proposal meeting. He was the only one that came. And so it turned out to be good because we were running late, so they had a good 5 to 10 minutes to sit there and conversate, and and he was able to explain his business, what he does, and all of that good stuff. So you have to really put yourself out there, because if a prime doesn't have to, they're not going to come looking for you.
The amount of work that's coming up in New Haven, I mean, you've heard of it. All of this, we're talking about over $1 billion in the next 12, 15 months to 18 months.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why every single one of us here, whether you have a service or a contracted company, cannot get a piece of this pie, whether it's with the housing directly or with the major contractors that are, and some of the work, yes, we have a limited bond capacity And sometimes when we're trying to figure out how to get the work, I won't lie, I'll go to the front and say to them, listen, this is my bond capacity, I can't get the work, but this is what my capacity can handle. So I will get my share of the work, but that's just a small portion. So for example, Farnham Phase 2, we're talking about $30 million. And we're going to get a piece, but probably a very small fraction. But we're going to work hard to get it, but there's still so much more. They wanted bring Frank Dixon from PTAP. PTAP is also another resource that really does help businesses if you want to get into ADA certification, if you want to get a large capacity. So Frank, if you don't mind, can you say a few words about PTAP and the important work that you guys do to help businesses?
Thanks, V, again, for inviting PTAP here to your membership meeting. So PTAP focuses on assisting small businesses in the state of Connecticut in their procurement of state and federal, primarily federal contracting, right? So what does that mean? We help you through the marketing, the bidding, understanding the minutia of going through federal contracting, state contracting. We're funded by the Department of Defense with some state support. We do have with municipalities as well. We do say that we want you in business for at least 2 years unless there are some past performance or certifications that we can work with you, because a lot of small businesses will come to PTAP and say, well, I'm ready to move forward in state and federal contracting, and they don't have, you know, the intellectual capacity of past performance or financials to be able to go forward and do that, right? It's a free service, right? There's a PTAP in every state. Guam, Puerto Rico, it's been around for 30 years, right? We have 5 offices around the state. My office is currently in Milford. We have one in Rocky Hill. We have one in the Hartford area, New Haven, and Stamford. And trust me, whatever you do, go and try to get your DOT, DVE certifications, because it has nothing to do with everybody building the road. It has to do with the consultants and the project managers and logistics people and people building, you know, builders on the side of the road, all those things. But to be eligible for some of those things, if you fit into that minority category, it would behoove you to do that. So I have flyers here on the table, so if you want to talk to me a little bit after the presentations, please feel free to do that.
Thank you. This year is all about growing businesses. And one of our challenges right now is that we're getting a lot more opportunities than we have subcontractors to handle. Because of one, some of our subcontractors, they still need to build some capacity. And we give opportunities to many subcontractors, but what we find sometimes is that they are not ready, or they take on more than they can bite, so then they don't show up on time. Then we have to go and fire them, and we don't want that to happen. So that's part of the obstacles that we are going through. So we're trying to figure out how we work that. What is your obstacles? We want to know and see how we can. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this presentation, please hit subscribe. Also, give us a feedback at support@vaseconstruction.com. Thank you again for watching.